Hello, hello. I am so excited. Welcome to Hey Boo live on here. And I am super excited to bring on a new member, Artisha Rawls, who is the owner of 208 Lymphatic and the Uterus Bar. And I'm just so excited because she has some great things that she has launched and released. And you know that Hey Boo is all about really featuring small business, women owned small business owners and really learning more about their story and their journey. And so I was like, Artisha, you have something launching, so let's bring you on and learn your story of why. And of course, I have all the questions. So let's start off with tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you got into business.
Okay, yes. My name is Artisha Rawls. I am a nurse and also a certified lymphedema therapist. That's by trade, personal. I'm a mommy of an amazing 5-year-old son and also a wife. And we're from California. And we've been in Nevada, Las Vegas for it's about to be 3 years in January. And so moving here, I've worked in urgent care, wound care, and primary care practice here in Nevada. But I saw a gap. It was like a gap of healthcare. And what I mean by that is with the lymphatic system. So in nursing school, they don't teach you is this very small about the lymphatic system. Now I
Mm-hmm.
started seeing a lot of swelling with the different patients um, and patients that also had breast cancer, they would come into the wound center, and they're just trying to figure out, okay, what is happening? Something is not right. So me being nosy, I started doing research. Like, okay, it's something that's going on with their lymphatic system. This is why someone may have a swollen arm or a swollen leg or they have some type of swelling and it needs to be drained. So I'm like, okay, well, how does that actually work? So I went back. It was a traveling school that I went to, and I became a certified lymphedema therapist. And there is not many of us out there because it's a small, it's like it's a specialty.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do more. I wanted to give back. And so I was like, okay, how do I help people? So it's called the manual lymphatic drainage. So it's not a massage. What I'm doing, I'm filling for fluid. So if, let's just say, someone has their breast cancer survivor, I can tell because I'm looking at their arms. They could just be just randomly talking, but I'm looking. And whether, let's just say they had it on the left side and it's swollen here,
Mm-hmm.
this side may not be swollen because this is where they had the breast cancer on the left side, and those nodes were trauma. Some type of trauma happened. So
Mm.
it's removed, and now it's accumulation of lymph fluid. So they would come to see me, and I am guiding the fluid. I can't use here because it's blocked. So now I'm having to create what we call an anastomosis. I'm trying to create an area to where that fluid has an exit point. So
Yeah.
now that's what I'm looking for. So as I'm doing that, then I am doing measurements for sleeve because they need a compression. So you don't want to go on Amazon and just pick up a sleeve. No, you want to make sure that it is actual. Or measure it and they feel it, fit it perfectly because you don't want it to be too small or too loose. And so they will keep coming to see me. So this is one way I'm like, oh my gosh, I know I could be able to help people that's going through that. Another way it could be, let's just say that you went to go get a massage done
Mm-hmm.
and you actually had lymph nodes removed. Not saying that you have breast cancer, but you had them removed. So if you've had those removed, then you need to let them know, you need to let the massage therapist know or the CLT know because now I can actually create lymphedema.
Oh my gosh.
So these are the different things that like I'm like, wait, huh? So when I think back to when I was pregnant, all this accumulation of swelling, just walking around, there's swelling, it's just a lot going on. That fluid also needs to be able to be drained. And so you're pretty much just with my hands, and I have a red light. And so I'm just guiding the fluid. And what happens is after you're going to urinate, the color of your urine may be changed from light straw color to more golden amber color. The smell may be different. Your bowel may be different. And it's because we're releasing toxins as well.
So it's all
So you
draining.
have, mhm. So you
Oh.
have lymph fluid, but it's also carrying out toxins. So the way how I look at it is like, so okay, so today is Tuesday. So today it was either trash man or trash woman came to pick up our trash in our house. So this is why I'm so passionate of talking to people about, so how do you get your trash out your body, right? Because we're wearing it every day. So
Mhm.
how do you do that? Not, okay, I'm just going to I'm going to, urinate, or I'm going to take a bowel movement. Like, no, this is something that we need. So I see clients to breast cancer clients, lymphedema clients. I have a brain cancer survivor. I see PCOS clients, infertility clients, and an everyday mama like me, or somebody's trying to get, hey, I'm trying to get fitted for my wedding dress. So I
Yes.
see so many different people. So yeah, so
Okay.
I'm passionate about it. Yeah.
So let's rewind a little bit because I
Yes.
I totally spaced because I'm like I know what lymph nodes are. I know what
Yes.
what we're talking about. But for
Yes.
the people who don't know what a lymph node is or the process and what we should be doing, because I just recently learned about this, a
Okay.
YouTube video, or no, actually a TikTok video came up. And because I'm always like, okay, why I got this double chin up in here? And they talk about the gua sha, or
Guasha.
like,
Uh-huh.
because sometimes it's not, if you are trying to lose weight but then you're noticing like this ain't going
Uh-huh.
away, or some areas,
Uh-huh.
possibly it could be obviously stored fat, but
Uh-huh.
also possibly could be stored, I don't know the words,
Lymph.
but
Mhm.
stored lymph,
Mhm.
because it's not draining to where it needs to
Correct.
go. So they were talking about gua sha and like doing this morning and night, and like
Uh-huh.
putting it, like guiding it to the lymph nodes so
It's
it drains
dying
out.
here.
So
Yes.
I just recently learned about that. So for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, can you express
I sure
and
can.
share more about that?
Yeah. So everything starts with the gut. So when you're breathing, you're having those deep breaths that's helping it to be able to expand the lungs. And so
Mm-hmm.
you can have lymph fluid that's trapped in different areas, like how you was explaining underneath the neck area. And then underneath our armpits is called axillary. By the groin area, by down below by the groin area is inguinal nodes. And behind your kneecaps is popliteal. So
So we have lymph nodes in different parts
everywhere.
of our body. Yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
but the exit parts are underneath the armpits because it has to drain. So you're draining
Yeah.
it. So like
Mm-hmm.
what yours talking about, hey, this is the neck area. Okay, got it. But it just can't stay here. So you're guiding it down to underneath the armpit, but it still starts with the gut area. Does it make sense?
Ah,
Because you're
yes.
taking deep breaths and you
Yes.
want everything needs to expand. So if I cut my body in half and I know someone that has their legs are swollen. So I'm working with the abdominal area first. And then for me, I want to open up the armpits. I want to, palpate those because that is where the lymph nodes are heightened too. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
also going up to the neck area because I want everything to flow because it's a circle and everything is filtering to the heart. I just can't just utilize one area.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm just utilizing one area, that's probably why it's not going down. So if I cut my body in half and I'm working on the legs, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what? I want to stimulate also the inguinal nodes and also behind the kneecaps, the popliteal, because I need that to go down.
Yeah.
If I'm noticing, like you said, like, oh my gosh, wait a minute here, I feel extra fluid here.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going on with my sinuses. Something's going on with the respiratory area. I know I'm concentrating upper. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
So now I'm like,
yes.
okay, here, this area. Okay, you know what? Something is going on the bloat or my arm. Something is not right. Still concentrate on the tummy area, but I need to guide that fluid underneath the armpit. And what you're gonna find is it will start to drain, and you'll find like, oh my gosh, ooh, wait a minute. I feel like not so much of a lump, but I feel like you can feel the fluid post nasal drip, we call it. So you can kind of feel like, oh, okay, I kind of feel it like like, oh, I kind of taste it a little bit. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, you can feel it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
when my clients are on my table, they do pass gas, and it's okay. I usually tell them better out than in, because it has
Mhm.
to come out. Or I can usually feel gas bubbles. Or I'll
Wow.
ask the question for those that are still having their menstrual: is your menstrual getting ready to start, or did it just leave? Because I can feel something going on. I can feel like a squishiness, and I can actually feel the fluid.
So
Yeah.
in a healthy situation, our
Mhm.
body should be
It
draining
should be
all of that.
functioning. It should
Yeah.
be
Okay.
functioning in a healthy situation. It should be functioning. But what
Mhm.
happens is, if it's accumulation of fluid, it can be a couple different things. It could be trauma, such as like the nodes being taken out. It can be hereditary that you don't even know of. It can be a situation where you get a bug bite, and then now you're going in and it's like, oh my gosh, the swelling is not going down. And then
Mm.
they're doing different testing. Oh, guess what? You have this in your gene pool. So now it's
Oh
like, wait a
wow.
minute here. I didn't know I had this going on, but definitely could happen due to trauma because it's just sitting there.
Yeah. So what are, aside from the aesthetics of seeing it
Mhm.
physically, what are some signs of like you need to come see Artisha today? Because I think I need to
So
go see
if
you.
you are, so of course, swelling that's not going down, bloat, constipation is another one. Headaches. I'm still like a Pepto Bismol commercial, but mood swings too. Some people experience hair loss, insomnia, and just always constantly sick because those
Yeah.
are toxins. They're just sitting there. Oh my gosh, I'm still having, like, why am I not getting over these different colds? What's happening? Because your lymph is like not working properly.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with your lymphatic system. And
Mhm.
so um, don't wait. I like for people to be proactive. Because sometimes we wait until like the last minute, like, oh man, you know what? Man, I know that's what she was saying. But no, I need to go in, be seen. Because again, we wear our beautiful body every day. We only have one. Yep. We only have one
I
body.
agree. And my father, he passed away with cancer, and I know
Oh, I'm
this is how
sorry
I
to hear
kind of
that.
learned. This
Hmm.
is kind of how I learned about the lymph nodes and how important it is, and how it is like everywhere around your body. And
Hmm.
once it gets to stage 4 or stage, I think it's 3 or 4,
Hmm.
that means it has gone to your lymph nodes. And once it goes there, that's why it's,
It
it's
travels.
more of an aggressive
Hmm.
treatment and whatnot. And so when I heard about the lymphatics of massage and all the things that you do, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's important for us to take care of that part of our body that I don't hear anyone talk about.
Yeah. Usually, and I'm sorry to hear about you say your father or father-in-law.
Thank you. My dad, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, love. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. So usually when they hear about lymphatic system, they hear about someone having plastic surgery. And
Mm.
that's what really started, is like being mainstream on social media about, hey, getting
Oh
lymphatic
yeah,
done.
getting the massage after you get your whatever you got done.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yes, that is important because now you don't want things to turn into, we call it fibrosis. Fibrosis is like a hardening of fluid, and I do help clients with that. But now it's like, oh my gosh, it's like a harder process. So imagine like bumps and lumps, just accumulation on the skin, and now it's like, oh my gosh, and it's hard to touch. So now you're having to
Oh
do a
dang.
whole separate treatment.
Yeah.
So yes, people that do get plastic surgery, I think it's phenomenal when people do whatever you want to do. But I just like,
Mhm.
get the maintenance done. Get the maintenance done, because it's a luxury vehicle, right?
Yeah.
You have maintenance on it if it breaks down. So the same thing with our body. So that's one thing. But however, moving forward, people go and have lymphatic drainage before their surgery. Because why do I want to go into surgery with toxins in my body
Mm.
already?
Yep.
So you have that. So then, people get it done that way. But I'm telling you, like, kids can get it done. My son, he battles with constipation. Let
Hmm.
me get you together. And as soon as I maneuvering the fluid and put the red light on him, he goes.
Oh,
So of course he
wow.
needs more, till you have more fiber in your diet.
Yeah.
But it's like, or sometimes I kind of put them on, which I have a lymphatic vibration plate. So let's say like you have accumulation of lymph that's just stagnant there, it starts to shake it down. So then you can urinate or have that bowel movement. Yeah.
Wow. Girl,
Yeah. So
you're
it's a
right. Like
lot that it's a it's
your
a lot that
industry is
goes
very
into it.
unique. Like I haven't
Yeah.
heard again, I hear it again, the plastic surgery or anyone who has surgery, it doesn't even have to be like
Yeah.
cosmetic. I've heard of it through that and then also again with patients who are going through cancer or illness.
Yeah.
Um but what it sounds like to me, this is something that we all should, be scheduling for
Mhm.
maintenance of our body and just removing
Correct.
those toxins. We don't want that in our body.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's have a real conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So people are still going to have their cocktails. They may still indulge into, a good cigar or whatever the case may be, a good steak or whatnot,
Yep.
but it's still there. So how do you remove that?
Yeah.
Because, your digestive system, we only get one. It's just there. You don't want that to get clogged up or backed up. And now you have a different issue.
Yeah.
So that's why when people understand, like, oh man, I have to cut everything out cold turkey, but that's your prerogative. But if you still want to, like, okay, I want to enjoy life and do this and do that, still, how do you balance? How do you balance that out? And that's what I'm talking to people about, balancing. The other biggest thing I want to tell people is it's so important what you do when you first get up in the morning time. Some people
Mm-hmm.
may say, well, I'll go and have a cup of coffee. Okay, great. So for me, I'm up meditating. I'm up early because I'm trying to beat my husband and my little guy from me. I want my own little me time.
Yeah. Your
So
time.
yes, I'm meditating. And then I get up and then I'll go brush my teeth and I'm scraping my tongue. And there's a key. Because when we go to sleep, that morning breath is something fierce, right? But
Yes.
but it's toxins that are there. It's bacteria that's there. So imagine me just going to go have some coffee or tea or water. All I'm doing is just pushing that back into my lymphatic
Yes.
system.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So those are different
Yes.
things. So it's like, okay, if I want to save my teeth, I know I'm going to brush my teeth at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to make sure my lymphatic system is flowing, I definitely want to brush it in the morning time. And then you can do it also
Yeah.
throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So there are different things like when you
Wow.
get up in the morning, listen, brush your teeth and scrape your tongue because you
Yeah.
give your lymphatic system a fighting day. You get like a fighting chance throughout that day. Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. Because again, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you don't want to be drinking it now because you just had your coffee and even
Yeah, that's it.
clear that all out.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. How
Interesting, huh?
about I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
That's
you
okay.
off.
Okay.
So, where do you feel that tell me about your process because yes, I know it's massaging and it's massaging that area. What are some like success stories or like what's the after?
So I had a client to come to me, and she was battling through with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it's very challenging to get pregnant with that. They have a certain type of belly bulge. Um, Sometimes they may not see their menstrual every month. So coming to me by by her coming to me, now she's pregnant, and so
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like happy about that because yes, her diet and things like that change as well, but still those are toxins. It's different things that's still sitting there. So still
Yeah.
by her coming to me with that whole journey, now she's pregnant. My other
Oh.
success story would be um, seeing brides come to me too,
Mm,
because they're already stressed out and they're looking a certain way. And I do a little bit about body sculpting as well, but I'm always preaching
mm. I
if
need to
your
hear.
inside of your body is good, everything on the outside would be great.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so that another one is, so we're in Vegas, you guys. So for those that are not from Vegas, Summerlin Hospital, they refer clients to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I had one client that like was very like freaked out, had lymphedema, and the stages, because it can go to stage 3. We call that elephantitis. Now you're trying to get it to go back down to 2 or 1 and possibly maybe 0. So hers was at a stage 2 and now she's at a 1. So like
Wow.
those are
Wow.
different things I'm like amazed by.
That is awesome.
I had another lady, she came all the way from Florida. She was out here visiting family. Noticed the niece noticed her arm was just like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Just a lot of accumulation of lymph fluid. Came to see me. It went down. And then I was able to, I can't follow her to Florida, but I was able to connect her with another certified lymphedema therapist. So those to me, like that's, I mean, if I'm at least helping one person, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing work.
Yeah.
It's so important for us to take care of our bodies and just to know that there's a resource like this and several other resources that no one's
Mhm.
talking about.
Mhm.
I just feel honored to be able to interview you and put this
Thank
information out
you.
there and for anyone who needs it. And so, yes, that this is 208 Lymphatic. That's the business we're talking about now. And I want to transition too because you're an amazing human being. I know you. I get the privilege
Thank
of knowing you.
you.
But I want everyone else to know you is you also have a new business that you just launched
Yeah.
called the Uterus Bar. And
Yeah.
so tell me more about the story and journey, being in lymphatics and then going
Yeah.
into the Uterus Bar and what happened there.
So last year, okay, let's go backwards. 2022, my body was doing something weird with my menstrual. When I say weird, a lot of spotting, cramping, headaches, just not myself. You can tell something was not right.
Mhm.
So I went to see a doctor here, and was no help. I'll just leave it like that. She was no help. Okay.
Mhm.
Then I found another doctor. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's from California like me. I'm thinking she looks like me in terms of my color. I'm thinking, okay, I think she'll have my best interest. And also, someone I used to work with, she was telling me, oh my gosh, this doctor is amazing. So I'm like, okay, great. So I go to see her, and that was December. November, I ended up having a miscarriage.
Mm.
So I ended up seeing her in December. And she's like, Artisha, we're going to do all of these different testing. Did the testing, but December, the month is going, I'm still waiting for results. January, I hadn't heard anything, nothing about, no phone call, nothing. And so I finally reached out to them, and they said, okay, well, your mammogram came back normal, but we need you to come in. So I went in, they were telling me, hey, you have these fibroids, you have all these different things going on. And so I'm not new to fibroids because I've had fibroids before and I've actually shrunken them down with herbs. So yeah, so I'm not new, so I'm not new to it, but they were like, okay, you know what? Let's do a biopsy just to make sure, and then we'll go from there. They did the biopsy. It came back that I needed to have an emergency hysterectomy. This is what they're telling me. So I'm like, wait, I haven't had a chance to really think. Um, oh my gosh, we want to try it again. So I'm put in this dilemma, and I have a little bit of time to really think and try to research. Um, the office was really disheveled. Um, no help with educating. And anyways, I ended up having to have a hysterectomy. I had to have a hysterectomy last year in April.
And for
So
people
it's
who don't know
been,
what a hysterectomy, sorry,
so
what
no,
what
you're
is
ready. Yes.
that?
So a hysterectomy is pretty much like a removal of your uterus. It could be removal of the fallopian tubes. It could be removal of the ovaries. It's pretty much like
So
I
is
call it
it
your,
everything? All
yeah,
the
you,
reproductive
you,
system?
yes, you can have a partial or you can have a bilateral. So I had a bilateral, so a total history, a bilateral it's a custom because I still have my ovaries. Had I would have
Mhm.
taken out the ovaries, it will send you straight into menopause.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so as I'm going through this, I'm thinking like, man, I wish I had something to guide me, just something. You have family members or friends that may have gone through it, but no one really wants to really kind of talk about it. You kind of shy away from the conversation because it's a bit embarrassing, and you kind of feel like, man, well, why me? Okay, you have a couple different people. You have some that have never ever had a chance to even have a child. So that's heartbreaking. So I'm thankful and grateful that we do have our son. And then you have people like me that, like, man, I want to have more. And then you have some people like, listen, take this thing out of here. I am tired of bleeding,
I'm good.
or I'm tired of dealing with,
Yeah,
you're going to
I'm
feel like
good.
with different, the things that they're going through. So they're like,
Yeah.
okay, yes, please take this, remove it. So you have three different levels of where women are at when it comes to this. And so as I started doing my research, I'm like, oh my gosh, in the US alone, we have 600,000 women alone that are going or had a hysterectomy. So
Wow.
that's how many hysterectomies have been done in the US alone, 600,000.
Mm.
And then you start breaking them up into, nationalities and whatnot.
Mhm.
So this has become a passion for me, um, because I wish I had something. So this is what she's trying to do. This is what we're getting at. Can I bring it to him?
Yes, do it.
So this is my baby. Well, one of my babies. I have something else to share with you guys too. And it's called the Uterus Bar. And I came up with this guidebook. It's to help prepare, help educate, and to help you thrive after surgery.
Mhm.
Because I feel, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get teary eyed. I feel like we don't have that support. And I feel like women, we need that. You need a support group. So this is where I created the Uterus Bar, created this book. I feel like, let's say when you go to the bar, you have a cocktail, you can sit there and talk to anybody. They don't know you.
Mhm.
But when you leave there, those feelings of emptiness or feel like, oh my gosh, my power center, which I call the power center our uterus, because that's where a lot of things we birth. We're nurturing all those kind of great things that we have as women. We're just so powerful. We feel like that's being taken away, and we just put it right back into our purse or wallet, and we just keep on moving. So that's why I created this support group I have on Instagram, but also the uterus book, and I feel like it's great. It has acknowledgments. It talks about what is a hysterectomy, what does my nutrition need to be about. It has affirmations in it. It has pre-op prayer, post-op prayer. It talks about your self-care on it, a physical, mental, emotional, social. It talks about, do you have your money together before having a hysterectomy? This is the things that they don't talk to you about. How was your savings? What is that looking like? It also talks into, do I have an alternative? What is the alternative, with having a hysterectomy? Pros and cons. There's just so many different things that it breaks down, for you. And it's a good read. It's an easy read. Because I know everyone is like, oh my gosh, I don't want to spend a lot of time with reading. But this is a good read. And I think that anyone that has gone through it, they could benefit from it. Because how are you thriving after? Someone that's being told, hey, they have to have an emergency hysterectomy. Where's your support? Do I need to? And the biggest thing is do your research. I can't stress that enough. Do your research. If you don't feel comfortable with that provider, go find another provider. It's
Mhm.
important. Like I think those different things are really, really important to know. Yeah. So I have that. Um, it's for purchase now. And
Yes.
it can
So you
be,
started the Uterus
yeah.
Bar community on
Yes.
Instagram and now
Yes.
have a book. And all
Uh-huh.
of this stemmed because when you had your hysterectomy,
Hmm.
you really couldn't find any
I can
resources or
find that.
community.
Mhm. And
Oh,
even
that's
on
unfortunate.
YouTube, like, you're like searching. Let me
Yeah.
see,
Mhm.
why did they have to have a hysterectomy? Or, you know, what do I need to look out for? I didn't
Oh,
see
wow.
anything there that speaks to that. And so I had someone reach out to me a couple days ago. They came across my page. and was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm in the process of going to find, they're getting their results back, I think actually this week, in the process of having to have a actual hysterectomy. And like, I want to purchase your book. So like, that makes me feel really good, but I really want to be a vessel. That's all I am. I want to be a vessel, um, to help people. They need that. They need a safe space where I can talk to you about it. So I'm 41 and fabulous, okay? And
Yes.
but
You don't look like you're
people,
41.
but people like our older generations, these are things that they did not talk about.
No.
And
Mhm.
you know, it was okay, hey, this person had a hysterectomy. That's it. They can't have any children, or they looked at in a certain type of way. So
Mhm.
I want people to understand that you may feel powerless, but you're still powerful, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yes.
So just keep going, keep moving forward, keep going, because you still have the power within you. Yeah.
Ugh, I love what you're all about. I love why you launched Uterus Bar because as you're talking, I'm thinking about, women that I've connected to that have had hysterectomies. And also, I've had women who have gone through it and they have shared that when they went through it, there was some kind of feeling of, like you just said, losing your
Mhm,
power or losing
mhm,
like that femininity, your
mhm.
power as a woman. Um,
Yes.
and I have never, knock on wood, I haven't never been in the situation, but I
Yeah.
could only imagine the type of support you're needing after it happens. Like you talked about the women who haven't had a child and maybe wanted to. Like
Mhm.
where's the support system for them?
Right.
Um, I think it's very surprising you mentioned YouTube because for some time for me, I kind of had like fertility issues. And I was very surprised to see that YouTube, there was a lot of women sharing their stories. So I'm surprised to hear that not like a lot of women were talking about hysterectomies. So you
Mhm.
said that they weren't.
Mm-mm. I didn't really see. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, so what was the aftermath? Okay,
Yeah.
some of them you may have that kind of like journaling, like, okay, hey, this is what I ate, or this is what I felt on day two. This is the medication that they had me taking. But where is the support? Where is that
Yeah.
sisterhood that people are really, like
Mhm.
looking for? And I think that's like really important. People don't really talk about how important it is also to wear those binders after having a hysterectomy. Those things like, and
That is
it's important
important.
because it's like you have a lot of that bloat there.
Okay.
You have a lot of
Mhm.
gas. We don't talk about constipation. People don't talk about the depression that goes with it. So that's why the mental health aspect is so real. We
Mhm.
don't talk about the sex life. They don't talk about they
Mhm.
don't talk about a
Yep.
lot of those different things. So after having a hysterectomy, let's say for some that have experienced a urinary tract infection,
Mhm.
it's not going to feel the same. You're not going to really know unless maybe smell like, oh my gosh, my urine is smelling kind of odd. Or let's say you have a yeast infection. You won't really understand and know about that. You're like, oh my gosh, wait, why do I have this, my underwear now or my panty liner? So that's why I want to make sure I'm educating women on about how important their hysterectomy health and wellness is after.
Yeah.
That's important. Your mental health is important. There are some other great things that's going to be coming in the works because I'm creating this community, but I also want to create where women have therapists on standby as well before
Mhm.
having a hysterectomy. I think that's important.
Yeah,
After
preparing
having, I think
for.
that's important.
Yep,
You
I
know,
agree.
so
I love this community you're creating because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen one yet. Granted, I'm not out there looking for it,
right,
but
right,
I'm
right,
in the
right.
women community and I have not
Yeah.
seen anyone talk about it. I haven't seen a community created, a book around
Uh-huh.
it. Again, I have some close girlfriends that have had hysterectomies and they haven't
Yes.
talked about any of these resources. So it is beautiful that you are creating this community and this book.
Yeah.
Tell everyone how they can get your book and where it is out now.
Okay. So right now it's on Amazon.
Mhm.
And it's under the Uterus bar. You can do the stuff book, and you can also have it what is it ebook. So you
Oh,
can, so you have both. So for those that like, I need tangible. I need like, okay, I want to feel it. So that's me. But for some, they're like, okay, no, I can listen to it while I'm driving. That's great. So, and it's going to be on, Ingram Sparks, Barnes and Nobles, Target,
ooh,
Walmart. I've already said Amazon, and some local bookstores. It's going to be, housed in as well here in the Las Vegas area. Um, and I have one more thing. Can I share?
yes, of
Okay.
course, girl. This is about you.
So just kind of going back really quick to 208 lymphatics. I know not everyone can actually get to me, but I still want to make sure that your lymphatic system is clean, cleared out, toxins removed. Because when all of that's removed, now your immune system now is boosted up.
Yeah. Hmm.
If it's not, you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on with my immune system? I'm always getting sick. I'm constipated. I'm bloated. All those different things. It's something going on. I can tell you. Even acne. Something is going on with your lymphatic system. So I created this tea. It's called Let Lymph Flow. It has
Mm.
12 amazing herbs in there. It is caffeine free. It's a loose leaf tea. And it comes in a 2 ounce pouch, and it's about 57 grams, and it comes like with a little scooper. So I'm a tea girl. And
I love
so I have something that's going to be brewing coming up this month, and it's pretty much like going to be like a tea party vibe where I can share with you, hey, these are the herbs that's in there. This is what these herbs do. I want to let's pair these with these particular fruits because it's going to also help with digestion, your immune system, your lymphatic system. It's going to help you from top to bottom. And then we'll have a charcuterie board there, and it'll be purchased. Your tea will be you'll be able to purchase your tea as well.
Oh my
I
God. Awesome.
had a one of my clients. She had some kidney issues,
Hmm.
and she's like, Artisha, I know the tea is not out yet, like on a website, your website, but can I just please purchase it? I said, sure. Now those kidney issues are no more. So now
Wow.
is able to, like, she's able to function. The urine is coming out because it was some type of blockage there. So again, I know not everyone can be up to come out and get an MLD, but there will be no excuse why your lymphatic system cannot be unclogged and that bloat needs to go. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, Artesia, you are freaking awesome. Like,
Thank you,
you
love.
got the massaging, the lymphatic massage, you got the uterus bar, and now you got the tea. So you don't
Yeah.
even have to be in Vegas to,
Right.
drain all those toxins.
Yes.
And girl, congratulations. I'm
Thank
just so
you.
honored to have you as
You.
a new boo member and a friend.
Hey,
I
boo.
just, wow, everything you're doing is
Thank you.
amazing to help women, and I just can't wait to see where this journey
Mhm.
takes you and what
Yeah.
else we can do to support you. um
Yeah.
so I know that we're going to post this all over social media, but
Yeah.
just in case you happen to be on one platform, tell
Yeah.
them how they can find you both for
Okay.
uterus bar and the
Okay.
208 lymphatics.
So if you're so Instagram, I'm only on Instagram currently. I know I have to do better, you guys, but I do. So it's at 208 lymphatics. That's if you want to find me underneath there. And also if you want to email me, 208 lymphatics at gmail.com. If you want to call me, like, oh my gosh, I have questions, I'm down for that too. Area code 626 464 9389. I'm not changing my Cali number. Sorry. And then also at the uterus bar. So it's at the uterus bar. And please stay tuned because my YouTube is going to talk about this month. I'm going to be dropping 3 part session, 3 part storyline for me. And it talks about my actual hysterectomy journey from start
Wow.
to finish. And I'm also currently working on getting my site. So I'm working on getting my site built right now as we speak. So
Yes,
be able to just be able to purchase the tea. So the goal is to be able to have my tea out by the end of this month. So by
ooh,
October 26th. So yes,
yes,
but the book is out now though. So
yes,
Amazon, you can
get the
purchase
book.
it. Yep.
Yes. Or if it's not for you, but you know someone who is going through it
Yes.
or has gone through it, this would be a great gift, like a
Yes.
tool or resource to gift them.
Mhm.
Um, Also, is the YouTube channel already created so we can start following you?
Yes, so it's 208 Lymphatics. Yep, you're
I
right.
always put people on blast.
That's okay. No, no, no. It is already created. Now it's just boop, dropping it.
Yes. But now you'll have all of us following you, getting ready to see
Mm.
all of your content, but not really content, your story and your
Yeah.
journey and all the education that you are dropping and helping with women. I'm excited. So be sure to
Yay.
follow Artisha on Instagram currently. And also, if you want to hop on her YouTube before she launches her first
Yes.
video on there, be sure to do that too. And then her book, The Uterus
Yes.
Bar, available on Amazon. But also, girl, she listed some major names there: Barnes and Nobles,
Yes.
Target, Walmart. I'm like so proud of you.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
This is
And then
awesome.
one more thing, if you or you know someone that has had a hysterectomy and they want to come on my Instagram page and share. So I do some Instagram lives monthly. This month is just going to be about my story. Next month, each month we have hysterectomy survivors that come on and they talk about what it was like for their hysterectomy journey, what led them to have their hysterectomy. And so again, it's a safe space. But yeah,
Oh, that
please
is
lean in and let me
exciting.
know.
Okay, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I'm going to share with a couple of girls. Anyone who's listening, you know who you are. Definitely check out the Uterus Bar on Instagram,
Yeah.
and so that you can, stay up to date with those stories, but also be featured on there if you'd like to. But yeah, thank you so much, Artisha, for spending
Thank
time
you,
with
Mary
me,
Grace.
sharing your
Thank you,
story,
love.
sharing all about your business and everything that you have going on. Um, I'm gonna hit up Amazon to support you.
Thank you,
I
love.
haven't gone through that. I knock on wood. Hopefully, don't have to, but
Girl,
I think I want to support you, and I have a couple of girlfriends who have gone through it too.
thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, my love. You guys be great. Have an amazing day and a phenomenal, productive week. Bye.
Yes.